Today it's time for some infinite carnage. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron and today we are heading to Pioneer to play some infinite carnage. So let's talk about this ridiculous combo deck, what it's trying to do, how we're trying to win the game, jump into some games, see the deck in action. So we are built around Carnage, Crimson Chaos, or for us arena players, Desecrax's Gift of Servitude. So if you don't know Carnage, it's a 4-mana, 4/3 legendary symbiote villain, but we can mayhem into play for 2 mana. So if we can discard it, we get into play on the cheap. And then it has Trample, and most importantly it says when it enters we can reanimate a creature from our graveyard with mana value 3 or less. That creature attacks each combat if able, and when it deals combat damage to a player you gotta sack the creature. So Carnage at first glance seems like a pretty good value card. Like if you can mayhem into play you get a big body on the cheap, you get to reanimate something. But we're not trying to use Carnage for value today, we're trying to use it as an infinite combo piece. So how do you go infinite with Carnage? And the answer is actually pretty simple. All we need is a clone that costs 3 or less mana, like a Glasspool Mimic or even a Mirror Image. So the idea is, if we can use a 3 mana or less clone to copy Carnage, since Carnage is legendary, we're gonna put 2 Carnages, so we got a Legend Rule 1. So we Legend Rule away the clone copy of Carnage, that puts a clone in the graveyard, and then Carnage's Enters trigger resolves, so we can essentially reanimate the clone with its own ability, and then we copy the Carnage again, we Legend Rule away the clone, gets back in the graveyard, we reanimate it again. So essentially this by itself gives us infinite dice triggers, infinite enters the battlefield triggers, but it doesn't directly win us the game. However, if we add one more piece to the puzzle, like a Blood Artist effect, like a Vengeful Blood Witch or a Sephiroth, then we just win from our infinite death triggers. We also have one Desecrated Tomb, which says when one or more creature cards leave your graveyard, you create a 1/1 black bat creature token with flying. So essentially if you have Desecrated Tomb with a combo, we make infinite bat creature tokens. So that's the goal of the deck. Find the Carnage, find a clone to do the weird Legend Rule loop, win the game with Blood Artist or with Desecrated Tomb. The rest of the deck, we get a bunch of cards that let us discard cards. Insolent Neonate, Bloodtithe Harvester, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, and these cards do a couple of things in the deck. So first, it lets us get our clone in the graveyard, which is great because we'd much rather get it in the graveyard and just reanimate it with Carnage for the combo rather than trying to hardcast it. It also lets us get Carnage in the graveyard so we can mayhem it into play on the cheap. But these cards also give us a pretty good fair backup plan. Insolent Neonate, Bloodtithe Harvester, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, because these cards are just really explosive with Carnage. Like, we can turn 1 play Insolent Neonate, on turn 2 we can sack Insolent Neonate to discard the Carnage, then we can play the Carnage as a 4/3 Trampler for just 2 mana, and then we reanimate the Insolent Neonate anyway, so we get our Neonate back and can do it all again. Bloodtithe Harvester a little slower because it's 2 mana, but we can like Bloodtithe, make the Blood token, sack the Bloodtithe Harvester to kill one of our opponent's things, then Carnage off the Blood token for mayhem to get Bloodtithe Harvester back. So if we're not going fully infinite, these cards with Carnage can still let us just grind out a victory, plus they help support the infinite combo by letting us discard cards and dig to find our combo pieces. Otherwise, Fatal Push and Thoughtseize for interaction, mana base, pretty straightforward I guess, a couple of channel lands, a ton of dual lands to try to make the mana work. In the sideboard, we get a bunch of removal for aggro, some discard and counter spells for control, unlicensors to deal with graveyard decks, and that is infinite Carnage combo for Pioneer, and that's our deck for today. So let's jump into some games and see just how realistic it is to go infinite with Carnage Crimson Chaos. Thanks for watching everyone, I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit for the wrap up. Need some magic cards? Well, you can snag them from our sponsor Card Kingdom over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. It is time for some infinite Carnage, or Deserax, I think, something like that, combo. And let's see if we can pull this off. This one seems kind of realistic. This hand, well, we have the clone. I mean, this is fine. We got a Blood Artist as a way to finish the combo. Fable the Mirror Breaker, of course, always good. Let's just lead on a Shockland, I think. I mean, Shockland, Starting Town Fastland, something like that. More clones. Well, we don't need a clone if we're gonna combo. Do we run out? Yeah, let's run out the Blood Witch. We might as, it has power, unlike actual Blood Artist. We can get in there. It's always tough with the Blood Artist in this deck. Do you run it out early or do you hold it? Oh, that's awkward timing for Thoughtseize. Well, let's get in with the Blood Witch, see what our opponent does. Yeah, I think we have to Thoughtseize. I'm not thrilled. Would have been much better last turn, but I don't really want to run the Fable into a counter, and Well, we could have resolved it. It's a 3 steps ahead, but look at this. My God, 9 lives combo hand. So our opponent's trying to play 9 lives. They have the full combo. Give it to us with the Falcon and then blow it up with Back to Nature. I would like to take the counter, but I think we have to just take the 9 lives because we can never kill it. So yeah, I think we have to. Well, I guess that worked out. They could have just jammed the 9 lives next turn. Opponent gonna get lost. Get rid of the Blood Witch. Sure. Well, let's see if our opponent leaves up mana. If they don't leave up mana, then we are free at last to get down Fable, but they are leaving up mana. Oh, even shocking for it. Well, I think the turn we want them to counter something is next turn, because that's when they can kick Consult. So let's play the Neonate, start cracking some maps, see if we can find a Carnage maybe. All right, that's a land. Well, let's crack another map. Top card is Fatal Push. We do not really, well, it can kill the Falcon. I guess it is worth it. It is worth it. We can trigger Revolt with like the Neonate, even if they flip it. Yeah, I guess it's worth keeping. Well, pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Next turn, we are going to cast Fable. I know our opponent can counter it, but it costs them the ability to kick the Console to Star Chart. So at least we're getting some value out of getting the Fable countered. I mean, I'm 99% sure they're going to counter it, but, well, let's chip in with the Neonate. Maybe the Neonate can get there. 2 damage at a time, down to 12. All right, there's the Fable. Show us your 3-step. I mean, this also makes our opponent waste a mana. Like, if it's going to get countered one way or another, I think this is the most value we can get out of getting our Fable countered. Pass the turn. Well, this is not going anywhere like what we planned. All right, opponent's gonna main phase the Consult the Star Charts, do a little digging. Yeah, I mean, we can do it. We might actually just start Glasspool mimicking our Insolent Neonate. That's what it's come to. This is not the plan of the deck, just so that's clear. This is not actually what we're trying to do. We're not here to Glasspool mimic Neonates, but we're also not above Glasspool mimicking a Neonate. We might be on the Janky Beats plan. Let's see what we draw. I mean, we could draw something good. Ugh, another Fatal Push. Well, we're doing it. Glasspool Mimic, copy that Neonate. Now you're taking 3 a turn. About it. Watch this actually work. Watch us actually get there with Neonates. Sure. We draw a useless land. We'll go to combat. Get in. Hit ya. Gonna kill the big one. All right. March on the big one. Well, we'll sack it. Discard the tap land. Can we draw some action, please? More lands. Well, at least it's not tapped. Oh, I think we just do it again. We hit you for 1. And yeah, I mean, Glasspool Mimic, copy the Neonate. We have invented a brand new strategy. Clone Insolent Neonate. Deck. And hi, farewell, eh? Well, let's do some discarding. Everything's going away anyway. Another land. Well, all right, Neonate. Well, there goes our Neonate plan. We really need a threat. My God. My God, deck. Ooh. Oh, well. Ooh. Okay, Fable I like. Desert X I also like. It's just sad to run it out if we don't reanimate anything, but Fable's a very nice draw here. They can blow it up with their Back to Nature, but all right. There's the Falcon, finally. Thankfully, there's no 9 lives, or that would be more of an issue. We can kill it, I guess. Desecrated Tomb. Well, let's pitch a Fatal Push. Do we just pitch the... Yeah, let's just pitch the Tomb. We're probably... Ooh, Thoughtseize is nice. I do like the Thoughtseize. So if they flip it to 1/4, yeah, let's go attacking. Get in, hit ya. Make a treasure, which is kind of relevant for Revolt purposes. All right, opponent takes it to 7. Well, that's Thoughtseize, yeah. I mean, for not coming anywhere near close to comboing, this is going kind of well. Like, for only having... Wow, opponent. I guess we take the Veto, which our opponent did not cast for some reason. I think I would have countered it there just to save a bit of information, but opponent gonna flip the Falcon. Are we donating a land? Yes. Opponent's gonna give us 1 land to draw 1 card. I mean, this is fine. This does mean we got to kill the Falcon or else they get the land back, but... And... Tap land. Well, all right. Sack the treasure. Kill the bird. I don't know how you fatally push a bird. Seems like it would just fly. My God, I don't think I've told this story. I've been dealing with a duck problem. My God, there's this duck. Well, let's see if we can win this game. I'll tell you the story later. Remind me about the duck. Get in with the goblin. Get in with the goblin. Play another Fable. Our opponent can back to nature and just blow them all up. Huh, okay. Well, let's play another Fable. Opponent drew another Dovin's Veto. Draw what you thought sees. All right, another Fable. I imagine they're just going to back to nature. But we still have 2 Goblin tokens. Our opponent is down to 5 life. We can hit them to 1. Opponent passing. We draw another land. Goblin ya. We piece this one together. Opponent. Gonna take the beats. Down to 1. Well, we can't actually finish the game. We're not even gonna play Deserex just in case they have another farewell or something. And opponent scoops it up and all right. Well, not anywhere near our plan, but it's a win. We'll take it. We don't actually have just like a clean answer to 9 lives other than counter spells. The go blanks seem good. Maybe the duress. And then I guess we can trim some fatal pushes are not ideal. Maybe the Sephiroth. Normally the way I sideboard with this deck is just trim a little bit of like one of each combo piece type thing. A little bit of each and then bring in what we need. But yeah, let's run it like that. We're going to be at the draw for game number 2. Anyway, there's this, I take Bear for a walk at the same place all the time. A neighbor, there's a pond there. A neighbor, they had a duck escape. The duck's in the pond. The duck won't leave the pond, and Bear wants to chase the duck. I posted a video of it a while ago, but this duck just refuses to leave. So it's like a daily battle, and Bear's not smart enough to stop chasing the duck. Let's Thoughtseas. So I'm afraid he's just going to chase the duck until he has a heart attack, which seems possible for Bearby. And he's just, he once he gets the duck in his senses and he just goes for it, nothing's gonna stop him. I had to like go into the pond and like snag him and drag him out, and it's not easy with a 200-pound dog. Opponent, March of Otherworldly, like going after our insulin neonate. So if you know how to get rid of a duck, let me know in the comments. Solve my duck problem, YouTube. Opponent, land. Well, let's play a swamp. I guess we just get down the Fable of the Meowbreaker. Fable's one of those cards that just makes like every deck better. It's just so good. It's just so good. It makes every deck better. Opponent gonna get lost the Goblin, sure. So to actually combo with this deck, we need Carnage. Well, there's Carnage and a clone. All we really need is a Blood Artist. Oh, no Blood Artist. Okay, well, we're gonna play the Carnage. For 2 mana, I think Carnage might actually just be good. Like if you can play it for 2 mana, we're not going to bother to clone it because this is just going to start a loop that doesn't do anything. That is the loop. We can just keep copying the Carnage an infinite number of times. But without a Blood Artist or something, it doesn't do anything. So let's just crack a map on the Carnage. We'll leave up the Spell Pierce just in case. Opponent, are we Atwara-ing the Carnage? Okay. Well, let's just pass. Not going to play the Neonate. I think it's better to just leave up Spell Pierce. Opponent, land, passes. I mean, opponent's down to 2 cards in hand. This is kind of going pretty well for us. Well, let's go blank. See if we can get rid of the rest of those cards. Opponent will consult the start. I think it's worth the Spell Pierce. This is going to have our opponent literally out of cards 5 mana. No graveyard, no hand. Yeah, oh, they have the Falcon too. All right, well, we will do a little map cracking. No Spell Pierce anymore. Fatal Push, we're gonna mill that. We really would like to just hit a Blood Artist. If we hit a Blood Artist, we can do the thing and just win the game. Found it, land. Oh, Glasspool Mimic. Well, we can also just like build a big board, I guess, which is fine. So we can Fable, copy the Neonate. Actually, I guess we should attack first. Go to combat, hit you with the Neonate. Sack the Neonate, discard one of the Carnages. Carnage is so good. Draw Twara, well, Carnage. Get back the Glasspool Mimic. This is not the combo, but we can just make another Fable, which is pretty sweet. And pass turn and opponent with 0. They got to top deck a Farewell, basically. Opponent, just a land. All right, opponent. Passing. So many Glasspool Mimics. Well, let's copy the Neonate. Go to combat. Hit ya. I guess we leave up the Fable because we can do the infinite Fable thing. Or not infinite, but we can make a bunch of Fables with all of our mana on our opponent's end step. I think we actually, well, we'll hold on to Twara. Tempting to play to make one more Fable, but about it. Did we find? Oh, sweet mother, they actually drew it. Okay. Well, good thing we held on to this Twara. We will Atwara, pick up one of our Fables. The rest of the stuff, farewell to you. Ooh, another Fable. No, that's fine. I think somehow we have done enough that we might actually be able to beat a Fable. Or beat a Farewell with a Fable. Found it. Draws. Passes. Well, Fable and Mirror Breaker. Can we find a Blood Artist, please? Please discard them both. No Blood Artist. Well, okay. Rebuild. This is the power of Carnage, though. Like, Carnage is just going to let us rebuild this board. Opponent down to 11. We get to Carnage. And that's one of the things I like about this deck. Like, we can win fairly. Like, the idea is to go infinite. Like, that's the plan. But we can also just, like, play some Carnages, play some Fables, and reanimate some stuff and beat you down. Opponent, looking at Fable number 2. No more lives, sure. Well, opponent, can you top deck another Farewell? How many Farewells can you top deck, opponent? That is the actual question. Hello, Bearby. Hey, buddy. Bearby wants some attention. I don't know if you can see him by the green screen. Hey, bud. How are you? How are you, buddy? An opponent scoops it up and... All right. No combo. But there's time for that. That was a pretty good example of how the deck can win without actually going infinite. But, yeah, let's go infinite next time. We will play first. Ooh, this hand. Okay. So no Carnage. But we do have we have a Blood Artist, we have a Sephiroth as a finisher, we have the clone, we have ways to discard. So if we can find the Carnage, we can actually go infinite. I think we're gonna hold on to the clone for now. We'll see. There's some argument playing on turn 1, but if we play Glass Ball on turn 1, we can't play Blood Tithe on turn 2 anyway. Opponent. Oh, there's the Carnage. Oh god. Okay, this might actually be happening. Okay. Blood Tithe Harvester. Now we actually just want to draw land, I think. Opponent, tap land. Not a land. Oh, do we have to play the Mimic? That's awkward. Well, let's Blood Tithe Harvester, kill the elf. They didn't play anything last turn with 2 mana, so hopefully if we kill this elf, they don't do anything next turn. I think we gotta do it. This does mean we gotta find another clone for the combo. But we need to hit our land drop here so we can play Sephiroth and Fable. Opponent. Gonna keep Lana Warring. Sure. Well, let's not. Let's just play the Fable. I was thinking of cracking a Blood, but let's just play the Fable. Kill the elf. Keep our opponent on 2 mana. Do we play the land? Yeah, we'll play the land. Pass the turn. If we can draw a clone. All right, that's a land. Well, pitch the Carnage. Pitch the land. Well, no clone, but we get to get in with the Goblin. Hit you to 16. I guess just getting back Blood Tie is pretty good. Like, our opponent, we killed their elves. They're not doing anything. This actually might be almost as effective as the combo as far as winning the game. Get down the Blood Tithe. Get down the Vengeful Blood Witch. And, I mean, I guess we might as well Thought Siege you too. See what's going on over there. Opponent. Oh, their attacks his deck. I see. Well, take the Skyclave, and I think that does it. Even if they draw land, I do not see how our opponent gets out from under this. Are we done? And opponent scoops it up. Okay. Well, we were very close to the combo that game. We were very close. We didn't actually get there in the end, but we were not far off. I guess we just bring in a bunch of cheap removal. Bring in the Sweeper. Go down. Probably Sephiroth. We can go down to Neonate. Go down probably most of the Thought Seizes. Run it like that. All right. On to game number 2. We're going to be on the draw. So opponent appears to be some sort of green-white tax deck. Well, this we're going to keep because we got a bunch of removal. I mean, we got the Blood Artist and the clone, so if we find a Carnage, we could actually go infinite pretty quick. Yeah, let's just Fatal Push, Llanowar Elves. Push the Elves. It's the Bolt the Birds of 2025 Pioneer. Opponent. Tap land. And Elvish. They really believe in the elves. That's for sure. Oh my god, that's Carnage. Okay, so how do we piece this together? We play the Neonate. The next turn we discard. Yeah, we're gonna play the Neonate. Well, we have the entire combo. We need to get the Blood Artist effect, the Blood Witch on the battlefield. And then we need to clone the Carnage. And we win. Found it. Gonna get and hit us. Sure, we will take it. That's fine. Down to 18. I don't think we can do everything this turn, though. Torch the Tower is not bad. So play the land. Get down the Blood Witch. So I think what we do, Torch the Tower the Elf. Then we can Well, I guess we can do this. Let's attack first, see if our opponent has anything. We can just kill the Alpha upkeep, I guess. Yeah, let's just do it. And we still have the Extinction event as a backup. So we can Neonate, discard the Glasspool Mimic, as long as we hit a mana source, a land. Then we just hard cast the Carnage for full price, reanimate the Mimic, win the game. Oh, Werefox Bodyguard, okay. Gonna get rid of the Vengeful. Well, all right, so now we gotta get rid of the Werefox to have a finisher for when we go infinite. About it. Shepherd-Dunes, and gonna beat us down for a bit. Sure. Down to 15. Opponent passes. Well, okay. Never gonna complain about Fable. That kind of solves most of life's problems. Nothing like a Fable of the Mirror Breaker to fix everything. We're not gonna attack. They could have Coco. They could have top decked it. No sense in giving up our Neonate for no reason. Plus, if we go infinite, we go infinite. Like, if we go infinite, we win, right? Like, we don't need to chip in for a point of damage if we're going to go infinite and win this game. Bonnet, Werefox. Oh, well, I mean, we're going to... There's probably shenanigans here, or else why else do you make this attack? But we are going to block. Might as well get the shenanigan out of hand. And we do want this Blood Witch back, Bonnet. Ooh, wow, that's a good one. Wow, that is a good Dromoka's command. Gets rid of the Fable and grows the Werefox to get rid of the Goblin. That is a really nice Dromoka's command for our opponent. That was a good one. That was a guy. Respect. Have not seen Dromoka's command in a minute. Fatal, well, okay. So Fatal Push can kill the Werefox to get back the Blood Witch to enable the Carnage combo. Hit ya. We might as well do it during our opponent's turn, I think, because we do have to sack. We have to sack the Neonate to trigger Revolt, to cast the Fatal Push, to kill the Werefox Bodyguard, to get back the Blood Witch, to enable the Carnage combo. If that all makes sense. Opponent, gonna attack us for 3. We're gonna wait. We're gonna take it. Can we see the combo? We're so close. I mean, I think if all we need to do is draw a land, right? Opponent, Night of Autumn. All we need to do is draw a land, and we actually just go infinite Carnage for the win. Opponent, gonna pass. Well, sack the Neonate, discard the clone. Land, please. Fable. Well, okay. Fatal Push. Untap land. Untap land. Untap land for infinite. Opponent can sack to gain life. Doesn't matter because infinite means infinite. We get back the Blood Witch. And okay, that is perfect. Stormcarved Ghost. And here we go. Carnage. And it is finally combo time. Get back the Glasspool Mimic. It'll copy the Carnage. Legend rule, oh no, sack the Glasspool Mimic. Reanimate it to its own ability, copy the Carnage. Oh no, do it again, every time the Blood Artist trigger. And that is infinite damage, also infinite life since it's drained. And that should do it, and that's a combo. That's what we've been trying to set up. I also like that this combo, an opponent realizes what's up, scoops it up, does not take as many clicks as some combos. It actually closes out the game before you time out, which is a bonus, but yeah, infinite Carnage. Sweet. Blood Artist, way to discard Carnage. I mean, if we just draw a clone, this could be one of the quickest and cleanest combos we can have. Blood Tithe Harvester. All right, opponent, gonna start with a Secluded Courtyard on Human. Well, I think Neonate's actually kind of good in this deck. Enables, even just like, we might not, well, I don't know. Let's see what we draw. We can just play instantly Neonate on turn 1, sack it, reanimate it with a Carnage on turn 2, and have like a massive board. You know, Thalia, eh? Well, let's land untapped, and we're just going to get down Blood Tithe Harvester. And man, I might as well Neonate you. I thought about playing the cat, so I printed the cat in the Spider-Man set that is instant Neonate with haste. Turns out, I think that Menace is actually just a more relevant ability. Menace actually means Instant Neonate's pretty good at chipping in for 1 damage. So I did think about the cat, but I think that Menace actually just beats haste in this deck. Oh, opponent's doing web slinging stuff. Alani, okay. Well, hopefully we can just go infinite. None of this matters. Let's Thoughtseize while we got the chance. That is a Hand of Action. Adeline, Alani. Oh, the Jackal thing. Thalia's Lieutenant. Thalia. They don't have any 1-drops, right, to trigger that. Thalia is the most annoying. Yeah, let's just take the Thalia. Play the land. Get down the Vengeful Blood Witch. Down to 17. I mean, I'm not sure if we're winning this race. Getting in with Alani. We will take the beats down to 8. But if we can just draw... Oh, no. We help them with the Thoughtseize. Alicia, make a token. Reanimate the Thalia. Oh, we... Well, that was the worst thought seize ever. So I think we just have to play the land. Man, this is getting grim. We got to play the land, play the Fable. I think our plan is to... Yeah, we got to kill Alicia, right? I think we got to kill Alicia. Our hope is just to stay alive and top deck the clone. If we can do that, going infinite gets us out from under this. If we cannot do that, we are going to lose the beatdown race because our opponent's hand is stacked with very good humans. Found it. All right, there's the Jackal. Not super scary at the moment because our opponent doesn't have a 1-drop to start it. Thalia's Lieutenant. All right, opponent's building the big board. We are almost certainly dead next turn. Can Carnage save us? We want to discard the land anyway because we just need to see as many cards as possible to try to find a clone. We get a Blood Witch trigger, Drainia, down to 13. Okay, there's a Sephiroth. That doesn't do it. Thoughtseize, that doesn't do it. Well, discard Sephiroth. Discard the land. Oh, there's a clone, there's a clone, there's a clone. Okay, this works, right? And we have the blood. So if we attack with the goblin, we get a treasure. Discard the clone to the blood. Wow. Wow. Mirror image coming through. Okay, discard it. If we just hit a land, we don't even need to. Oh, it's a tap land. All right. Well, we're still good. We got the goblin. Fable the Mirror Breaker doing its job. Get in. Make the treasure. Oh, I think our opponent had us, too. They had to think they had it, but Infinite Carnage does not care how bad things look. And get back the mirror image, copy the Carnage, legend roll, trigger the Blood Artist, drain ya, gain ya, do it again, and wow. I thought our opponent might have us that time. I thought they might have us, but I mean, that's the upside of having a combo in your deck, right? That is the upside. Things can look really bad. And if you got a combo, you can always find your way out. Well, we're going to bring in more cheap removal. Bring in the Torch to the towers. Trim. Desecrated Tomb. A Desecrated Tomb is so cute to make infinite tokens, but it might not actually be good enough for the deck. Technically not a zero lander because of the Glass Pool Mimics, but there's no way we can keep this hand. We can't cast anything. Yeah, okay. Blood Witches for days. I guess we put one of them to the bottom. Keep the Glass Pool Mimic. I mean, we're once again like a Carnage away from trying to combo. Opponent. Cecil. Well, I guess we lead on the Blood Crypt then. Play the tap land, pass the turn. I feel like the mana base has run pretty smoothly in this deck. Opponent Kytheon and hits us with the Cecil. Fatal Push, not bad. Fatal Push, if we're not doing anything this turn anyway, which we could play the Blood Witch, but it doesn't seem great. Do we? Yeah, let's just kill it now. I think we kill the Cecil. They could have weird protection, like a... I guess it doesn't protect Cecil. If they're multicolored, they probably don't have it, but some sort of protection spell, like Brave the Elements. Opponent, Copper Goat Vanguard, gonna pump the Kytheon. Well, play the land, get down the Fable. I think our easiest way to win this is still just to draw the combo. Like, that is still the easiest plan. We can win without it, obviously. Thalia's Lieutenant. Sure. We gotta block the Kytheon, unfortunately. Block the Goblin, take our beats, down to 12. Oh my god. Wait, do we win? Oh my god, we win. This is as fast as we can possibly combo. Discard the Clone, discard the Carnage, 4 mana, spend 2, get down the Blood Artist, and then, wow, turn 4. I think this is literally as fast as we can do the thing. Carnage. Glass Pool Mimic, copy the Carnage. It's infinite. We can do this all day about it. And opponent scoops it up, and that went pretty well. Maybe this Carnage card is actually kind of busted. It might actually be kind of busted. 2 Thoughtseizes and a clone. Yeah, I think we got to ship that one. All right, this is more functional. We don't have any red mana, which is awkward, but we'll draw red mana, right? I don't really want to go to 5. 5 is not, that's just not many magic cards. Well, let's play the land, pass the turn. So if we draw red mana, this hand's actually kind of good. The opponent gonna lead on a Sunken Citadel on green and a forest. So there's gotta be some sort of ramp deck, I would assume. All right, Glimpse the Core. Definitely a ramp deck. No assuming necessary. Boy. It is a bad time to draw Natwara. Would have been much better as a red source. Opponent land. Oh god, turn 3 Golos. Oh, this... If we don't draw red mana this turn so we can cast, or something we can cast, I think we're just done. I think we are just done. Opponent gets a World Tree for spinning purposes. It's a red card. Play the land, and yeah, there's no coming back from that. Well, should have drawn red mana, I guess. Opponent Golos ramp. I guess we could have braid the Golos. I don't know if that's worth it or not. Fatal pushes seem a little bit bad. Yeah, let's try it like that. All right, on to game number 2. We're going to be on the play for this one, which is good news. Opponent's deck's kind of scary. I don't know how I mean, I guess we just got a combo, right? Like, they're going to ramp into big stuff that we can't stop, so we just need to combo before they do that, or kill them somehow before they do that. This hand looks much better than our last hand. We have turn 2 Blood Tithe, which can discard the Desirax or the clone, and then if we can find a Blood Artist, we can go infinite. Well, let's get on the Blood Tithe Harvester. Plus, Blood Tithe just gives us a clock. Like, we actually can pressure our opponent this game, which last game we literally did not cast a spell. Ooh, Thoughtseize. Well, get in Hitchia. I guess we just Thoughtseize. I don't really want to just play Desirax for no value. Oh, God. Cultivate. Archdruid's Charm. This is Pilgrimage, Ugin, and Ulamog. Ugin comes down quicker than Ulamog. I think that's our best bet. Play the land, pass the turn. Yeah, Ulamog, not only does it answer our board, it exiles our board. We can deal with our board getting wrathed, but getting exiled is way worse. Opponent gonna cultivate. Well, our job is to close out this game before the Ulamog comes. Can we do it? I'm not sure, but we are gonna discard this clone. See if we can find a Blood Artist for combo purposes. Fable. I mean, Fable's good at finding things. We could also just go aggro and just Desirax, get the clone. I think we just go aggro. Desirax, get the Glasspool Mimic, copy the Blood Tithe Harvester. Not infinite, but still a lot of power being added to the battlefield. Hey, you down to 14. Maybe we're fast enough. If our opponent's just ramping here. And we get to attack for 10. Archdruid's Charm? Well, maybe ramping. Yeah, all right, opponent is ramping. Castle Garenbrig. We are going to lose the Blood Tithe that we reanimated, but that's fine. Hitchia. Down to 4. Go blank doesn't do enough. Shipwreck Marsh. If they top deck another Ugin, then I guess they get us. Play a Fable. Pass the turn. All right, opponent. What do we got? Land. And... Ooh. Huh? Ulamog with 7 lands. That is kind of insane. All right. Well, not ideal. How about drawing some combo pieces, deck? We're gonna need some combo pieces. Okay, that's a land. That's not a combo piece. Well, let's pitch the Desirax, pitch the land. Oh, wait a minute. We have the clone in the graveyard, right? Play the Sephiroth. Wait, are we gonna backdoor into this? Sack the Gobbo. Are we going to beat the Ulamog? Desirax. Carnage time. Get back that Glasspool Mimic. And here we go. Sephiroth coming through, and wow. Another game that we were 1,000,000% to lose without the combo. There is no way we were beating this Ulamog. That was a pretty fast Ulamog, too. That was like turn 5 Ulamog, and... not fast enough to beat the Carnage. Maybe this deck's actually kind of good. Oh, and we even get to flip the Sephiroth for fun. Okay, that was actually pretty sweet. Yeah, I guess we can bring in the Duress. No major changes necessary. Well, we're gonna be on the play for game number 3, which worse than being on the draw, that's for sure. But well, all right, we got Blood Artist for literal days. Triple Blood Artist, Blood Tithe Harvester. I mean, one of them's Sephiroth, and 2 of them are Blood Witches, so I guess literally 0 Blood Artists, but you know what I mean. Well, let's Thoughtseize you, see if we can slow things down a little bit. Well, that hand does not look that threatening. 2 Nissa's Pilgrimages and a bunch of land, so we actually might have a little bit of time. Ooh, go blank. Well, get down the Blood Tithe Harvester. Pass the turn. Opponent. Nissa's Pilgrimage, gonna get their ramp on. Sure. Yeah, we draw more Blood Tithe Harvesters. I will say Sephiroth is a little awkward in this deck when played fairly, just because we don't really have stuff that we want to sack. It's not like we really want to be sacking Blood Tithe Harvesters to Sephiroth. It is good with the combo. Oh god, that is a fast Golos. Well, now all the Go Blanks in the world don't really matter because they can just play free Golos cards. Alright, we're gonna have to get lucky. Opponent gets the World Tree. We draw a Fable. Good card. Not an answer to Golos, though. We can chip in with a Blood Tithe Harvester. And then if our opponent blocks, another Blood Tithe Harvester would have been great. Opponent does not block. If they had blocked, we could kill it with the second one. But play the Fable, pass the turn, and hope that this somehow does not go really poorly. But oh boy, Golos. Oh, okay, Titan Industry. They actually have something better than a Golos activation. And I guess Titan of Industry is. They get to blow up the Fable. Make a big Rhino. We draw a tap land. How do we do this? Yeah, let's play the Sephiroth. Sack the Goblin. Draw a card. We can almost flip the Sephiroth. Not quite. Play the tap land. Blood Tithe the Rhino? Yeah, let's just pass. See what our opponent does. I mean, the real issue is, yeah, this. The spinning of Golos. Well, we kind of dodge. Archdruid Charm is something. Opponent gets Unlicensed Hearse, which, actually, that's pretty bad for us, isn't it? Unlicensed Hearse is going to mean we don't have the backdoor combo win. So that means we actually have to win fairly. And I don't know if we can beat a Titan of Industry and Golos fairly. Opponent, going to charm away our Sephiroth. Boo and hiss at you. Gonna get in the Rhino. Gonna get in the Titan. Sure. That's a lot of damage. We're down to 5. Okay. Another Blood Tithe Harvester. Which actually means we can kill the Golos now. I still don't think this is enough, though. So we can play one Vengeful Blood Witch. So we can sack a Blood Tithe Harvester, kill Golos. Sack a Blood Tithe Harvester, kill the Rhino. Gain 2 up to 7. And then we have to chump the Titan, but we live? We're not dead on board. Whoa! Going to through their Unlicensed Hearse with 0 power, toughness, and it dies. Okay. Well, that is a play. That is a play you can make. There is no rule against the suicide activation of your unlicensors. They never. Oh. Friggin' Ugin. Seriously. Well, all right. The sand's not bad. We got the Deserex, or the Carnage. Got a way to discard it. Multiple ways to discard it. Got a Fable. Seems fine. Seems fine. Well, let's lead on a... Yeah, are we playing? Yeah, let's just get down the insolent Neonate. Play the Shockland. So Yarion could be control, could be like enchantments. Yeah, more lands. Well, starting down and Neonate aggro. Hit you for 1. I think we just do the thing. Let's discard the Carnage. Play the Carnage. Get back the Neonate. I mean, that's a pretty aggro start. It's not an infinite combo, but turn 2, we have a 4-3, and we get back the Neonate, and we got to do a little rummaging. It's actually not bad. And Neonate, man, even more lands. Neonate kind of gets around the sacrifice downside because we can hit our opponent, and then with the sack trigger on the stack, we can sack it to rummage. Get rid of a shock land. Can we find some action? Oh my god, that's a lot of lands. Well, we really need this Fable, like desperately need this Fable to resolve. Because we need to filter away some lands. Okay. Fable down, that is big. That is big. The channel lands aren't bad. We can get value out of the channel lands, but definitely don't mind getting rid of the other lands. Wow, is our opponent passing? Discarding an Atraxa? Okay. I don't know if those, that's shenanigans. Wow, if we find a Blood Artist, we just go infinite here. Oh, no Blood Artist, okay. I guess we can, like, channel the Technuma to try to find a Blood Artist. Although, actually, I don't know if any of this matters, because we're kind of just winning. We might not even really need the combo here. Let's play the Blood Tithe Harvester. And then play the Technuma. Yeah, we're just gonna try to win by the beatdowns. Play the Glasspool Mimic. Copy the Blood Tithe Harvester. And, alright, opponent. I mean, stop us if you can. And, yeah, GG. That went way easier than I expected it to. I don't even know what we're bringing in. I guess the Mystical Dispute's probably good. Maybe the Go Blanks and then go down Fatal Pushes. We did not see much of our opponent's deck, though. I could be very far off, but, yeah, let's try it like that. I'm assuming, just based on it being a Yarion deck, that it's probably kind of mid-range to control. So we know there's Atraxa. Atraxa makes me think Enigmatic Incarnation, right? Because then you can sack your lane line, get your Atraxa. So that it's probably that. Let's play Starting Town. Well, let's find out for sure. Thought sees you. Well, let's take the one threat. Opponent's got a handful of removal that we're gonna have to slog through, but get rid of the Overlord of the Mistmores so our opponent doesn't have a way to kill us. Our hand's actually not super far away from potentially comboing, and the Go Blank should be good at some point. Okay, well, there is a set. Man, we need a land desperately. We need a land to play the Fable. Fable's pretty good at slogging through removal. Ooh, well, all right, we're gonna play the Glass Pool. It is a land. It's a little more tapped than we would have liked, but thankfully, our opponent's not beating us down. They're just holding a absurd amount of exile-based removal. Gonna snag their Yarion. Well, we will get out Fable the Mirror Breaker. So we do have to play around. Removal can fizzle our combo. So we are gonna have to play around. We're gonna have to play around the Leyline Bindings here. All right, well, there's one. Leyline Binding. Gonna get rid of the Fable. Sure. Ooh, do we get to get in with a Goblin? Ooh, and a Mystical Dispute. Well, gonna hit you. Make it trash your opponent down to 18. Let's just, I think, Fable Part 2. Leave up the Mystical Dispute. Cavern, okay. And Overlord of the Flood Pits. Well, that's off the Cavern, so we can't counter it. We might have countered it if we could. So it'd be a good turn to just win. Can we just win this turn? Do we have enough? I think we have enough mana. And the Clone. Oh, there's a Thoughtseize. That's huge. That's huge, too. Now we can do a hand check. They can't Leyline Binding, right? Oh, maybe they can Leyline Binding. Well, anyway, get in, hit ya. We'll do a little hand check. Found it. Down to 14. Not that the life total is relevant. Thoughtsees you. You're in a Leyline Binding. And it should be combo time now. We can play the Sephiroth, get down our Blood Artist effect. Deserex has been discarded this turn. Yeah, Second Goblin, why not? Drainia, land, Deserex, and off to the races. And I gotta say, this combo actually does not seem that hard to pull off. And Deserex actually seems like a good Magic card. This actually seems like it could be like kind of, at least a somewhat real thing. Deserex, reanimate it, trigger it, Sephiroth ya, do it again, do it again. And yeah, I mean, that's infinite carnage. That is infinite carnage. And what, this is like turn 5-ish? Seems reasonable. And there's the GGs. Our opponent sees what's coming. And well, we'll just keep Deserexing. Just keep on carnaging. So we need 13 at least. Usually probably worth giving a little buffer, because you never know when your opponent might have a healing solve. Or some random life gain or something. Although we did just look at their hand, so. Alright. Well, that's gotta be enough. Sephiroth, Carnage, let the triggers resolve. Opponent, would you like to die? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and infinite Carnage combo. Actually seems pretty good, but we'll talk about it in the wrap-up. I'll be right back. So what did we learn this week about Infinite Carnage combo? And overall, the deck actually works super well. We went 8-4 with the deck for a 67% match win percentage, which very solid for a Pioneer deck. And I gotta say, the deck actually just felt pretty good. I think one of the things I love about this deck is we really got to see the power of being a deck that can win fairly, but also has an infinite combo. Because we got some wins where we just like do Insolent Neonate, Blood Tithe Harvester, Carnage type stuff. And we just kind of like attack and play these undercosted creatures thanks to Mayhem and beat you down. So we have that ability. Like, we can win like a fair deck. I mean, we even won a game by copying Insolent Neonates with Glass Pool Mimics a bunch of times and just attacking. So we can win fairly, but we also got to see the power of having this weird infinite combo in your deck, where we had games where we were 100% dead. Like, the next turn, our opponent just had a huge board. They killed our stuff. We didn't have the ability to really win fairly. And then all of a sudden, the combo just comes through and we just win out of the nowhere to take over the game. So I think this deck might actually be kind of good. And I gotta say, I was really impressed with Carnage. I think Carnage might actually be a very good card, like way better than people actually give it credit for. I was super impressed to just see how powerful it felt in a format back to Pioneer. Yes, you do got to build around it a little bit. Like if you're not playing the Insolent Neonates and the Blood Tithe Harvesters, essentially, if you can't consistently Mayhem Carnage, it gets way worse. Like at 4 mana, it's not really good enough for Pioneer card. But at 2 mana, if your deck can do that consistently, and you consistently have something to reanimate early in the game, like the Insolent Neonate, like the Blood Tithe Harvester, then I think Carnage might actually be a pretty playable card, at least all the way back to Pioneer. But anyway, that's it for the Carnage combo. That's been our deck for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.